this is Andrea from Lacuna Coil and you're on Stefanies Rock Show.
Super awesome special guest today. We got Andrea from Lacuna Coil. Thank you very much for coming on.
Thanks a lot, guys, for being here with me.
You rock. We're in Sacramento right now. They're about to play at Ace of Spades with Seven Dust, a bunch of other really cool bands. So I'm curious, because you guys have toured worldwide. You've sold way over 2 million albums now. What is still on your music to-do list?
There's still a lot, because until you have that special fire that pushes you really every night to go on stage and push you to write new music, to be angry for new music, to write new songs and make it better and make it a little different, I think there's no way you can't love this job, you know. So you always see yourself in doing different goals, opening some new territories, some new markets, some new possibilities for the band. Like, for example, the last two records, we opened the radio markets for us here in the States that we never did before. So the last two albums both had the strongest single we ever had on radio on Active Rock. And they also, the last two records, they did top 20 in the States, and they are the highest charting records we ever did. So there is always something different that you can do to make this life interesting, you know.
Yeah, no, I like that. Always striving to do some more. So is Dark Adrenaline, do you think that's the best album so far?
It's always hard to say. Everybody says that the last album is the best, you know, just because it's more fresh. Or I just think that there is a good album for every time of your career, you know. Like Comalize was the best album of the first part of our career, because it's the one that brought us from the small gothic metal band from Italy to become a more international band and start charting in America and touring constantly in America, and then open also other territories. So every record, it's important. It can be a very fundamental record in its own way, you know. I think it's probably one of the most mature, for sure, because we have developed a way to write lyrics, to work together the two different vocals, and have a good balance between all influences and the new directions we're gonna go. So I think it's probably the most mature album we've done.
That's cool. I dig. So what are the challenges of having a male and female vocalist?
It's always hard, because also when you try to explain to people that in your band there are two singers, even if it's not something crazy and we're not the only band with two singers, but it's still something not very common, especially in metal music, rock metal music. So we always are a kind of a different animal for people, you know. They are also our music. Also, because of the two vocals, we have so many different type of sounds and atmospheres in the songs that people, they just can't say, oh, it's a straightforward metal record, or it's a radio-friendly kind of record. It is always something different.
More like concept album.
Yeah, there is always a more personal approach in the way we do things that makes it more interesting for us and for the people, but also maybe a little more difficult to market in a way, you know, to explain what it is exactly.
Yeah. I was intrigued about a year and a half ago when I was at 101X in Austin, and they told me Lacuna Coil has a male and female lead singer. I was like, I can't wait to check this out. And it was cool. I don't know, you guys going back and forth, you really complement each other. I dig it.
We have two completely different vocals and two completely voices, and completely different style of singing. So there is no way we're gonna clash.
No competition. It's
not at all. Yeah, and we never sit down and write like say, I have to be 50%, you have to be 50%. We always look for the best for the song. If a song is more 70% Christina and it works that way, that's the way the song should be, you know, and or the other way around. You know, we always work and exchange parts and ideas. It doesn't mean that if I sing a part, it might have been Christina actually coming up with the part or making it better or whatever, or the other way around. You know, some parts, like End of Time, the last single I wrote the vocals for the verse, and that's Christina singing the verse. But it is just the best for the song. It has to be the best result for the song, the best voice that fits the part of the song.
You just led into my new question, and I didn't even pay you or make you do that, but I was going to ask who came up for the concept for End of Time.
The concept, the lyrics or the video, you mean?
The video concept.
It was a combination of us and the director, Saku, which is an Italian director. We did the Spellbound video with him as well in the past. And he always very creative, and we wanted a video that was visually strong, but not necessarily the typical playback video, you know, because we've done every video there's always a band playing, so we wanted to have something a little different for that song, because it's not a very strong performance song, because it's a ballad basically. So we wanted something more particular on the visual side, something that you notice and you say, oh, what they mean here, you know, what you're gonna ask yourself questions. And I think we did a pretty good job, because it's something still dark but very different than everything we've done before. So it is a bit of an abstract concept, so it represents all the different eras and all the fact that in every era there is a turning point, an end of the cycle that leads to something different. But it's not so clear, you know. It's cool because people are still asking me, what do you mean exactly with, and or you got mails with people with 1,000 meanings that are totally not what we were going to.
That's kind of neat, though, when someone comes up with something.
That's the greatest part of music, you know. Everybody can give their own interpretation.
That's neat. So last question, were you fans of Seven Dust before the tour, and how the tour is going so far?
Yeah, I am a huge fan, and I always have all their discography, so I always wanted to play with them actually, because I thought that was a good combination, like two different bands for sure, but also both the bands have heaviness and melody, a lot of heaviness, a lot of melody, so I think the combination could work well. And in fact, we've already done like 2 months with them before this Cold Chamber run, and it was sold out almost every night. It was pretty good. We did all the smaller cities in the East Coast and Midwest and South, and every night was a packed house, so it was pretty cool, and the match works perfectly. So
very cool. Thank you very much for stopping by the show, and we can't wait to check you out tonight.
Thank you guys.